Here we're back again for the day 10, the cinematic history of Frankenstein from 1910 till now. And we've made it to Hammer, starting with The Curse of Frankenstein. Curse of Frankenstein came out May 20th in 1957. It's 83 minutes, directed by Terence Fisher, and a screenplay by Jimmy Salinger. The main focus on these, unlike the past Frankenstein movies from Universal, where they focus on the monster, this one's more about Frankenstein himself. And this one, you've got Peter Cushing playing Victor Frankenstein, a role he would play many more times, all but one of the 6 sequels. Hazel Court comes in as Elizabeth. You got Robert Urquhart as Paul, his faithful friend, and Christopher Lee dons the monster makeup, which he was 6'5", so he was a really good fit for this role. So you've got a scaled back Frankenstein. You have a gothic setting, lower key, in color. You've got gore. You've got sex appeal. You've got a monster, although I'm not really crazy with the makeup job, but they wanted something different from the Universal look. And you can actually see that right here. Completely different, kind of a bulging eye here. Lots of cuts and stuff all over his face. Still wearing the black, still has that classic look as far as the suit and everything, but he's not a hulking brute as he was before. But he's still big, and strong, violent. Overall, I mean, it's a great film. I mean, and I like the shift in focus because Peter Cushing's Frankenstein, he's narcissistic, intelligent, he's driven. The lab sets, very mild. It's actually set the home and lab is all in the same place. It's in an attic, which that's kind of an interesting take on it, instead of a faraway castle with angry villagers storming them, which Jimmy Salinger wrote that he didn't put villagers in it because they couldn't afford them with a budget of $270,000. Because I mean, this was a risk. It paid off. It did really well in the States, really well in Britain, and ended up grossing with that $8 million, which is incredibly impressive for a horror film, which normally would only stay in theaters maybe 1 to 2 weeks. So, and it would get multiple re-releases tied to some of their other ones, and this would pave the way for Hammer Films to become the house of horror, followed by things like Dracula and The Mummy and sequels and werewolves and just tons of great films that we all know and love today. I think out of all the series, I mean, I know that Universal's really well, and I've seen all the Hammers, but for a lot of them, it's been many years. So I think it's going to be very fun to revisit this series throughout this marathon in October. I will link a trailer down below, so make sure you watch it. And that's really all I've got. So take care and go watch a movie.